Welcome to section 6.6, Rational Exponents. Now before we get into the works of rational exponents, I would recommend that you write down some additional information. So over here, I wrote numbers for the power of 6. So 2 to the 6 is equal to 64. 3 to the 6 equals 729. 4 to the 6 is equal to 4096. And then 5 to the 6th power is 15,625. Sometimes we might going to have some problems where it's going to be evolving to the 6th power or the 6th root. So make sure you have this. In addition, you should have this in your notes. In terms of rational exponents, in the previous section we have been working with radical form. So we had problems in the previous chapter and previous section where you have a radical form like this. Now we have the x can be any number or any variable, but this is just the general form where x is being powered by the a exponent and it's being b rooted. B is our index, and again a is our exponent. So here I wrote a different form where x is being b rooted. Again, b can be any index number, square root, cube root, to the 4th root, to the 5th root, and so on. Whereas after you do the b root, you can power by the a exponent. So regardless of what form you have, you can switch interchange, because the reason I'm giving you these two forms is that we're going to be working on evaluating the expression in radical form. So sometimes this form you might be able to do it if you have a small number that you can b root, or on the one on the right, maybe in some cases you would do the b root if you have a big number, so that when you do the b root you have a smaller number and then power by a. Here on the one on the left, you can power by a if you start off with a small number and then do the b root. Again, it depends on what kind of problem you have in the beginning, and either way, either forms work. But the way how I said it is that the one on the left is that if you start off with a small number, you power by a and then do the b root. The one on the right, if you start off with a big number, then you would do the b root first and then power by a. Now, these two forms are for the radical form. When we're talking about rational exponent form or exponential form, this is how it would look like. X powered by a over b, a fraction. So a rational exponent is when you have an integer over another integer in a fraction form. So this is what we mean by rational exponent. A base, any base, powered by a exponent in fraction form, where a is on the top and b is on the bottom. So if you follow the format, then you should be able to interchange between radical and rational exponent, or between radical and exponential form. So we're going to be practicing on how to convert between either forms, and then later on we're going to practice on evaluating when given either in radical form or rational exponent form, or also known as exponential form.